Hello everyone, welcome to EduHunt video lecture series. We have already gone through major phyla. The first one, Protozoa, then Porifera, and we have also finished the third major phylum, Coelenterata or Cnidaria, and a phylum that some scientists consider as a major and some other as a minor phylum because it represents only less than 100 species, that is the Ctenophora. That is also finished. We are now discussing about another major phylum, that is Platyhelminthes. Platyhelminthes is a phylum which consists of usually the organisms are termed as commonly flatworms. These are commonly known as flatworms. And the name Platyhelminthes was given by Gegenbaur. Gegenbaur was the scientist who coined the term Platyhelminthes for a group of animals which are dorsiventrally flattened. Till Cnidaria, we have seen some sort of cylindrical structures, but from this and in this especially this group of animals, they have body wall and body structure, the body form is dorsiventrally compressed, it is flattened. That's why the worms or the animals of this kingdom are commonly known as flatworms. The tissue level organization, tissue to organ level, because in Protozoa we have seen subcellular or protoplasmic organization, and then Porifera there is cellular grade organization. From only cellular up to cellular organization is confined to the phylum Porifera, where only specific cells perform a particular function like choanoblasts, choanocytes. And then in the evolutionary way, in the evolution, then the coelenterates were originated. They have tissue grade of organization. Cells, they grouped into a particular tissue. That kind of organization is seen in Cnidaria or even Coelenterata, and also a separate blind branch, that is Ctenophora. And the next phylum is the Platyhelminthes. In that there is tissue to organ level of body organization is seen, it is present. And then cephalization. Cephalization is nothing but head, presence of head. It is there for the first time. Head and that is antero-posterior, like that. Head is first time specialized in this group, that is phylum. Bilateral symmetry is also seen. Up to Cnidaria, the symmetry is radial, and there is somewhat in Ctenophora, there is in between like biradial symmetry. Like if you draw like this the body, these two, the opposite parts of the body are similar and the adjacent parts are different. This is the nature or the symmetry shown by ctenophores. It's a specific feature, peculiar character of Ctenophora. Anyway, bilateral symmetry is seen in this kind of animal category, and these are acoelomates. We know what is coelom. Coelom is the body cavity, and coelom, if the animals have the coelom, they are considered to be coelomates, and if they do not have the coelom, they are considered as the acoelomates, because the body cavity is not complete. Body wall is triploblastic. Triploblastic body wall is seen. The three layers of the body wall are the ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm. Mainly the germ cells, they develop, body develops from the three germ layers, and excretory structures are flame cells. Flame cells, like the movement of the flagella, they resemble, it appears like a flame coming from a Bunsen burner. That's why the cells are called the flame cells, and the function of these flame cells is excretory. And protonephridia or solenocytes. Solenocytes anna protonephridia flame cells ivanta okate. Function of this cells is excretion, and development, they are developed for the first time in this phylum only. Excretion కోసం special cells develop అయింది ఈ phylumలోనే. Platyhelminthes is the first phylum in which the excretory cells called flame cells were first developed, and these may be aquatic. Habitat కి వచ్చేటప్పటికి they may be aquatic or terrestrial, they may be free living or parasitic. Yes. Blind sac, blind body sac is seen. Body plan is blind sac because only mouth is present but anal opening is absent. There is no peculiar anal opening. Specific anal opening is absent but specific mouth is present, and the alimentary canal, that is the digestive canal, is incomplete and it is branched. The digestive canal is incomplete and branched because only the mouth where the ingestion of the food takes place, and sometimes the body wall absorbs the digested food, and digestion is extracellular. That means it happens, that is the digestion process takes place in the narrow tube like structure. And respiration, coming to respiration, it is aerobic. They respire oxygen, they take oxygen in and leave the CO2 out as we do during breathing. It is respiration of aerobic type of respiration is seen in free living forms, but anaerobic is seen in parasitic forms, because parasites, they depend on other organisms, they present in the body of other organisms, especially the endoparasites where oxygen supply is deficient. That is why they are adapted to live under anaerobic conditions, that is no oxygen in the environment. Locomotion by suckers or by ciliated skin. The skin has many cilia. With the help of those cilia, it moves from one place to another, and nervous tissue is well developed, and brain is also present. Brain is also seen in the phylum. Blood or blood vascular system is absent. Reproduction is mostly sexual. Even asexual reproduction also takes place by transverse division. Transverse division, that is transverse fission. Or sexual reproduction also occurs. Fertilization may be self-fertilization or cross-fertilization. Self-fertilization means if the organism is it is having both the sexes, if it releases both the male and female gametes, if the male gamete reaches the female gamete of the same animal, then it is called the self-fertilization. Or if it reaches and fertilizes the egg of another flatworm, then it is called the cross-fertilization. Okay, self-fertilization eppudu possibility avutundi ante only if the animal is bisexual, then only the self-fertilization is possible. Development may be direct or indirect. In indirect development, larva is produced during development. These are the various examples of the family or the phylum. This is Platyhelminthes. It is a flatworm. It is a Tinea solium. It is Fasciola hepatica, liver fluke. These are, it is planaria, it is Tinea and Fasciola. These are the, this is planaria, the flat. If you see the picture, it shows dorsi-ventrally flattened nature of the organism. Tapeworm, it is also flat. Liver fluke, it is also flat. Blood fluke. So these are the examples of the phylum Platyhelminthes, and it is classified into 3 classes. One is Turbellaria, and the second is Trematoda, third is Cestoda. Turbellaria, Trematoda and Cestoda. These are the 3 classes present in the phylum Platyhelminthes. That is, phylum Platyhelminthes is further classified into 3 classes: Trematoda, Turbellaria, Trematoda and Cestoda. Turbellarians are commonly known as flatworms, as this. Flatworms, and body is unsegmented. There are no segments present in planaria. Unsegmented body is seen, and locomotion by gliding or crawling movement. Ante jaradam ద్వారా వెళ్ళిపోతాయి, and with the help of cilia present on the epidermis. And the epidermis also contains small rod shaped structures called rhabditis of unknown function. There is no specific function detected for the rhabditis, rod-like structures or cells present on the surface of the skin, that is in the epidermis. Aquatic forms or terrestrial forms, and these are free living, and suckers are absent. Suckers are like adhesive discs. They, with the help of those suckers, they attach to the body of another animal. Suckers are absent because these are free living. They need not to suck, or they need not to attach to the body of other organism. And intestine is branched and bisexual. Bisexual and monoecious. Monoecious, mono, single. On the single individual, both the sexes are present. That is the meaning of monoecious. And bisexual, both the sexes are present. Bisexual anna monoecious, even hermaphrodite anna kuda anta okate. Regeneration is present it is morpholaxis. Morpholaxis ante కొన్ని సెల్స్ ఉంటాయి, సెల్స్ రీఅరేంజ్ అయిపోయి రీజనరేట్ చూపిస్తాయి. Asexual reproduction by transverse fission, and in sexual reproduction the development may be direct or indirect, and larva is Muller's larva. In indirect development there is formation of larva called the Muller's larva. Examples of this class are Planaria, also known as Dugacia, and it is a freshwater form, and mouth is at the middle of the body. That is, you have just now seen the picture. Yes, this is the Planaria. Cephalization can be seen, head is there. Eye spot, it is the head, eye spot can be seen here. And then on the head, eye spots are present, and development is direct, bipallium and terrestrial, and it is a burrowing form. Burrowing ante goyi తీసేసి అందులో ఉంటుంది. Second class is class Trematoda. Trematoda is commonly known as the animals called as flukes, blood fluke, liver fluke, like that. The body is unsegmented. There are no such segments present on the body. Suckers are present as they are parasites. They have to attach to the body of the host. That's why suckers help in attachment. These are endoparasites present in the body of other animal. Intestine is branched and unisexual. These are unisexual or maybe bisexual. Blood flukes are usually unisexual. And asexual reproduction is absent. Asexual reproduction absent and regeneration is also absent. Development is indirect in sexual reproduction. Example, blood fluke called schistosoma and the species is Hematobium. Schistosoma and its female individual lies within the gynecophoric canal of the male. Ante male individual is like this. In the gynecophoric canal, the female individual lies there. Gynecophoric canal of the male individual. Male ki oka chinna canal ఉంటుంది బాడీలో, ఆ కెనాల్లో ఫీమేల్ ఇండివిజువల్ ఉంటుంది. సో ఇట్ ఈస్ a digenetic parasite. That means there are two hosts, primary and secondary host. Primary host may be human or other mammal and secondary host is snail, pila. And causes schistosomiasis, the disease caused by the worm. The fluke is known as schistosomiasis or the Bilharzia. Liver fluke, Fasciola hepatica is the scientific name of liver fluke. It is an endoparasite and it lives in the liver of sheep or goat. Shows heterogenesis or polyembryony and 5 types of larval phases are seen. The life cycle is very big and it shows 5 types of larval forms, larval stages. First one is the meracidium and second is the sporosis, third is rhedia and fourth cercaria and fifth one is the metacercaria. So these are the 5 different types of larval forms present in the life cycle of Fasciola. And the Fasciola hepatica is a digenetic parasite. As I mentioned that the digenetic means there are 2 hosts for the parasite. It completes its life cycle into different hosts. First one is the primary host and second is the secondary host. Primary host is sheep or goat and the secondary host is mollusk, that is snail. నత్తలు అంటాం కదా, సో snails, Planorbis or Limnia. Limnia truncatula is a freshwater snail. And meracidium is the infective stage for Planorbis, whereas the metacercaria is the infective phase to sheep. షీప్లో ఇన్ఫెక్టివ్ ఫేజ్ ఏది అంటే మెరాసీడియం. లార్వాలో 5 different ఫార్మ్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, స్టేజెస్ ఉన్నాయి కదా. ఇందులో మెరాసీడియం స్టేజ్ షీప్ని అటాక్ చేస్తుంది, అంటే షీప్లో ఇన్సర్ట్ అవుతుంది. అదే మెటాసర్కేరియా అయితే షీప్లో ఇన్సర్ట్ అవుతుంది. మెరాసీడియం అయితే ఇట్ ఈస్ ద ఇన్ఫెక్టివ్ ఫేజ్ టు ద స్నేల్ అంటే మొలాస్క్. ఆ మొలాస్క్కి మెరాసీడియం లార్వా అటాక్ అవుతుంది. And the third class is class Cystoda. It is commonly called tapeworm. Tapeworms. The animals of this class are called tapeworms and body is segmented and the segmentation is called false segmentation. True segmentation ekkadi nunchi start avutundante Annelida nunchi true segmentation start avutundi. Idi actually it's not a true segmentation. True segmentation అని ఎందుకు అనలేదంటే ఇక్కడ సిమెట్రీ అనేది సెగ్మెంట్స్లో అబ్సెంట్. దట్ ఈస్ వై ఇట్ ఈస్ నోన్ యాజ్ అ ఫాల్స్ సెగ్మెంటేషన్ అండ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ స్ట్రోబిలైజేషన్. అంటే ఈచ్ సెగ్మెంట్ని కూడా స్ట్రోబిలా అని అంటాము అండ్ ద సెగ్మెంట్స్ ఆర్ కాల్డ్ ప్రోగ్లాటేట్స్ అండ్ ద సెగ్మెంటేషన్ ఈజ్ నోన్ యాజ్ స్ట్రోబిలైజేషన్. అండ్ ద ప్రోగ్లాటేట్స్ని ఒక్కొక్క సెగ్మెంట్ని కూడా అంటే బాడీ ఇలా ఉంటే బాడీలో ఉండే సెగ్మెంట్స్ ఇలా బాడీలో సెగ్మెంట్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా, ఈ ఒక్కొక్క సెగ్మెంట్స్ని కూడా ప్రోగ్లాటిడ్ అని అంటాం. ఇలా సెగ్మెంటేషన్ ఉండడాన్ని స్ట్రోబిలైజేషన్ అని అంటాం. బికాస్ దెర్ ఈస్ అ స్మాల్ హెడ్ ఈస్ దేర్, స్ట్రోబిలా అంటాం. సక్కర్స్ ప్రెజెంట్ ఫర్ అటాచ్మెంట్ బికాస్ దీస్ ఆర్ పారాసైట్స్. పారాసైట్స్లో ఫ్రీ లివింగ్ ఫార్మ్స్లో అయితే సక్కర్స్ ఉండవు, parasites లో అయితే ఉంటాయి. So these are endoparasites. Mouth as well as gut is lacking, and digested food is directly absorbed through skin. Osmotroph antam. Osmotroph is nothing but absorption of digested food through the body wall or the skin. The scolex ante head. Scolex is therefore not called head. True head ani anamu, because head ante mouth undali, mouth unte through mouth the ingestion of the food takes place. It is absent, that is why it is called osmotroph. అలాగే స్కోలెక్స్ లేదు కాబట్టి స్కోలెక్స్ అన్నాము, హెడ్ అనలేదు. Bisexual or monoecious, and regeneration is absent. Asexual reproduction is lacking in this class. Development is indirect, and Taenia solium example, that is pork tapeworm, and a digestive, it is a digenetic parasite. Pandi alage human being, iddaru kuda host, primary host is man and the secondary host is pig. And larva is called the bladderworm or cysticercus. And infective stage for human is cysticercus larva. Cysticercus larva is present, it is the infective phase for man, and for pig it is the oncosphere. Onco ante 10 దాని మీద 8 spines ఉంటాయి, oval shaped structure మీద 8 spines like this. I'll draw it like this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 like this. 8 spines are present on the structure, that is why it is the oncosphere. So this is the infective phase for the pig. It is the infective phase for pig, and cysticercus is the infective phase for man. And anyway, Taenia solium and Taenia saginata is called beef tapeworm. ఎందుకు ఈ డిజీజ్ వస్తుందంటే, ఇఫ్ పిగ్ తినేవాళ్ళు, పోర్క్ తినేవాళ్ళు, వాళ్ళు సరిగా కుక్ చేయకపోతే ఈ టీనియాసిస్ అనే డిజీజ్ వస్తుంది. అండ్ ద సెకండ్ నెక్స్ట్ ఇస్ ద టీనియా సాజినేటా. టీనియా సోలియం అంటే పోర్క్ టేప్వర్మ్ అన్నాము, టీనియా సాజినేటా అని బీఫ్ టేప్వర్మ్ అని అంటాం. Commonly it is called beef tapeworm. Primary host is man and the secondary host is cattle. And echinococcus called dog tapeworm. Echinococcus is another example called dog tapeworm. With this we have finished all the classes of the phylum Platyhelminthes. We have seen the important features, general features of the phylum Platyhelminthes and the 3 different classes of the phylum: Turbolaria, Trematoda and Cystoda, and different features of each class we have discussed. In the next session we'll do some questions based on the chapter. Goodbye.